This is NR2003 Predicts. We take the entry list of the top 3 NASCAR series, run them through the N ratings algorithm, set them up by their provisional lineup, and see what the computer says will be the finishing order on race day. Truck Series took to the road course for the first time since 1998. Kyle Busch, the first one to claim victory. John Hunter Nemechek, Ben Rhodes, Matt Crafton, and Zane Smith following up. Carson Hocevar had troubles from the very start, spun on the first lap, had to give his seat over to Daniel Suarez. They would finish a lap down. Issues for some other Cup drivers. Alex Bowman and Ross Chastain both finished outside the top 20 off the lead lap. Parker Kligerman the only one to drop out. Back to the old configuration. Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott leading the way for the first next-gen race at Sonoma. As you can see, they're bypassing the carousel they used in 2019 and 2021. Larson going to get the edge on Elliott. 5 times in a row that Larson has claimed pole at Sonoma. Last year's was set by metric qualifying. The other 4 set on his own. Troubles here coming off of the first corner. Big hit. Justin Haley, Austin Cindric into an inside barrier hard. Also going to collect Bubba Wallace. Todd Gilliland also involved, but the 38 car will stay on track. The other 3 are done for the day after just one lap. A big hit there through the top of the racetrack. Contact there between William Byron and Denny Hamlin's going to send the 11 car around in the middle of the track. And the troubles aren't going to end there. Soon after, big contact there. Josh Bilicki hits a barrier straight on after contact from Martin Truex Jr., who was well further back than he would have liked to been. We're going to get the restart. Joey Logano now out front. As far as average finish goes, Eric Jones actually has the best average finish despite not having a victory here. Just a bit over Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch. Trying to work his way up the field at the moment. And there's going to be a little bit of contact there with Cole Custer. Big hit for the 41 car, bouncing off the wall. Multiple hits there on the left side. And he's definitely got some damage he's going to have to get repaired. And as that was happening, Kyle Larson has come down for an unscheduled pit stop. Going underneath the right side. Looks like they're changing some tires. Might have had something going down. Truex Jr. is now working his way up the field. He's just about to take over 10th place from Eric Almirola. 3 victories at this racetrack. Just ahead of Kyle Busch's 2. Looks like the 19 will slot into 10th place. 7 top 5s here for Kurt Busch, but definitely not showing that performance right now. He is mired way further back in the field with almost no one to pass in front of him and a lot of drivers potentially trying to get around him from behind. Kyle Busch will take the first stage in dominating fashion. Tyler Reddick, Joey Logano, Alex Bowman, and Chase Elliott make up the top 5. Christopher Bell grabbing the last spot in the top 10. So we'll hit the restart on lap number 28. Everyone came down for a pit stop, got some fresh tires. Kevin Harvick has 10 top 10s at this racetrack up here in Northern California. Harvick from the state, although a little bit further south. Kurt Busch, 11 top 10s here. Harvick has the mark. Busch does not at the moment. Contact here. Gilliland going around off the end of Daniel Suarez. Contact there at the top of the hill. Joey Hand and William Byron will stay green, but tense moment there as 38 goes for a ride. Kyle Busch has now fallen behind Alex Bowman, who is now pulling away from the rest of the field. But Busch is one of 4 drivers to eclipse 100 laps led at this racetrack, among those entered in today's field. Joey Logano got the victory in the inaugural Cup event in St. Louis. In a tense battle with Kyle Busch. 22 able to grab victory. Contact here at the bottom of the racetrack. Eric Jones puts Chase Elliott into the tire barriers. And the 9 car has some definite damage. He is slow on the racetrack. And that is going to take the 9 out of the race. What a heartbreak there for a driver that definitely had a chance to win this one. Someone who we thought had a chance would be Kyle Larson, but after winning last year's event. He is having some troubles here, and more troubles here as Alex Bowman comes out of the pits. He had opted to take a strategy pitting before the stage end, and Brad Keselowski plowed into the back of him. So Kyle Busch assumes the stage win. Bowman will go back to 10th after taking the pit stop. Blaney, Almirola, Joey Logano, and Chastain are the top 5 in that stage. And we've just learned that the 22 had an engine failure under the caution, so now Logano is out of this one. A lot of chaos at the end of stage 2. Good to see Chris Buescher back in the ride of the 17 car. He was out with COVID last week and now had a great qualifying run. Started 3rd in this race. Unfortunately, hasn't been able to hold that mark. And Chastain had no friends last week as he ran into just about everybody. Hamlin, Elliott, as he tries to make a move for 4th place on Blaney. There is Hamlin, who's fallen a lap down, so that's unfortunate for him. Also a lap down is William Byron. A couple of drivers have made some unscheduled pit stops, and Hamlin happened to be one of them. Contact here! Ryan Blaney and AJ Allmendinger. It looks like Blaney actually made an unscheduled pit stop himself. He was just getting by Alex Bowman to get his lap back, and he ran into Allmendinger. With the caution coming out, now Blaney is going to be trapped a lap down. Unfortunate circumstance there. He did a bit of heads-up driving there. Big contact right at the start-finish line as Corey LaJoie goes airborne. Contact from Denny Hamlin is going to put the 7 car in the wall. Both Hamlin and LaJoie are going to drop out. And how about this? As we're approaching the end of the race, Kevin Harvick is charging his way to the front. We talked about him briefly there. He was not in contention to win this race. He was running just inside the top 10. Now he's challenging for the lead. And obviously Alex Bowman has some damage, but Harvick's also not on a different strategy than anybody else. If he's able to claim this victory, this is going to be terrible for Tyler Reddick, who is running inside the top 10, but is trying to maintain his ground inside the playoffs. And Eric Almirola, the driver in front of him, is running currently in the 6th position. Harvick comes and takes the white flag, and he is stretching out that lead. This is incredible. They all pitted on the same lap. No one has fresher tires than the other, but suddenly the 4 car has shot out of a cannon. He got his lone victory at this racetrack back in 2017. That was in a stretch of 5 straight top 10s on the track, and then last year he finished 22nd. Of course, that was on a different configuration, but maybe he likes this shorter run. At the moment, it certainly looks like it, as right now he's setting a blistering pace coming around the final corners of the racetrack. A long winless streak going to be broken here. Kevin Harvick claims victory at Sonoma. What a run that was at the end. Certainly not something we were anticipating to see, as suddenly the 4 car showed speed that went from top 10 to race winning. Alex Bowman will end up in 2nd place despite the damage he got from contact with Keselowski, who dropped out of the race. Kyle Busch in 3rd position. Great run by Chase Briscoe in 4th. Ross Chastain, who won at COTA earlier this year, finishes 5th. Solid run by Eric Jones in 9th. Kyle Larson, who we thought might have the best chance to win here, ends up in the 10th position. Great run by Daniel Suarez, who took over for Carson Hocevar in the truck race. He finishes in 11th. Bit of a disappointing run for Martin Truex Jr., who's a 3-time winner here. 13th for him. Chris Buescher, first race back, gets 14th. Front Row Motorsports finishes together. Scott Heckert finishes on the lead lap, and Ryan Blaney, who fumbled it late in the race, ends up off the lead lap in 20th. AJ Allmendinger, who he crashed with, is 21st. And then we see the big names who crashed out or had mechanical issues that took them out of the race. Big names like Hamlin, Logano, Keselowski, Elliott. Tough days for all of them. That is it for NR2003 Predicts. We hope you enjoy the race, and we will see you all next time.